Hello, everyone. It is Friday, November 30th. This is sig-aws. I am your facilitator, Justin Santa Barbara. I work at Google. I have put a link to the agenda in the chat. If you do have items, please do add them to the agenda. I don't think we have a ton on the agenda. We have one item on the agenda right now. Jason, it's yours. Do you want to kick us off and we can cover it?
Yeah, sure thing. I just noticed from last week's agenda, I wasn't able to attend. I saw that the external cloud controller manager is going alpha for 1.13. So I wanted to kind of get a gauge from the SIG on whether or not it would be a good idea to go ahead and start consuming that for the cluster API AWS provider work that we're doing.
Yeah, we chatted a little bit about this. It looks like there's a note from Lee in chat reporting that Nishi says next quarter it will be in a much better shape. I don't believe GCP's CCM is currently being tested anywhere as far as I know. But I think, we often say in Kubernetes, or I often say in Kubernetes that like if something isn't tested, it's probably broken. So I wouldn't necessarily make it your sole means of deployment on cluster API provider AWS. But if you wanted to have it as an option, I think that would help CCM a ton, or AWS CCM a ton.
Yeah, because right now we're not actually enabling, we haven't gotten far enough along to where we're even enabling the cloud provider integration at this point, I don't think. So, there are benefits to both approaches. So we'll probably try to give it a try. If we run into issues, we'll probably revert and go with the internal cloud provider for now, and then we can revisit at a later date as well.
That sounds good. And we could also try to lobby the people working on the CCM to add it to cluster API. That seems like a sensible thing to do. So it seems like the easiest. I mean, they can add it to COBS and they can add it to other tools, but it feels like cluster API feels like a great place to put it in. All right, thank you for that. Do we have anything else on the agenda or anything else anyone would like to talk about? Or is everyone excited for KubeCon and just focused on that? Yay. This will be a very short meeting. I don't know if anyone's aware of any surprising features in 1.13 with respect to AWS. I am not personally aware of anything massive in core. There is the great news about like most things, in KK. There is a lot more happening outside of KK now, which I think is great to see. Otherwise, I will say going. That's to say going. Everyone gets a lot of their Friday back. Thank you all for joining for a very quick sig-aws meeting. And see you in probably 2 weeks, or is that no? So in 2 weeks will be KubeCon, I think, or will be the Friday of KubeCon if I'm adding out correctly. So maybe we should. I'm just scrolling through. Yeah, so that will be the Friday of KubeCon, which will be a little tricky. But then 2 weeks after that is the 28th, which will also be a little tricky. So I guess we will hold it, but not have high expectations of high attendance. How about that? I think I'll be back by then. All right, well, I will see everyone in 2 weeks, and thank you so much for joining.